We're back again. How awesome is this? I'm so excited.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Hey, your DM Amy here, and I'm here with everybody. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yay. All right, so let's dive right in this evening. Last time we began by meeting up to have tea with Granny Nightshade, where some of you played nice and some of you did not. There was a figure that was spotted through the window that was soon identified as your newfound companion, Nox. After a little while of having tea with Granny, there came a screaming from outside, along with the sounds of drumming and the stomp of metal feet from somewhere outside. Taking her leave, Granny left you all inside of her home to attend to whatever this disruption was, which is when Nox swung into the room, introducing herself, giving some much needed advice, and unlocking a very tricky door. You made your way into the rest of the house, progressively rescuing the children from the workshop, moving on to the sewing room where you retrieved Nox's son, Elyon, and came across Amric's former mentor under a trapdoor in the kitchen when you rescued Mishka. Making your way out to an exterior door, you made a mad dash through the goblin market, only briefly pausing to marvel at the wonders on the table, and crossed the bridge, made your way through the woods back to Little Oak. All of the children were reunited. There was celebrating and singing and dancing and stories. You learned a little more about Will of the Feywild before you all settled into sleep, when Echo was awoken by a scream from Granny Nightshade, bursting through the woods and alighting Little Oak behind you. And we're going to go ahead and roll for initiative, my friends. Here we go.
Woohoo.
14.
14,
17.
17,
That's
6.
a 9 for me.
6. What was yours, Indari?
9.
9. I don't know if we have Dash. Don't think that we do. So I will put him down at the bottom of initiative. All right. One moment while I math. All right, here we go. Top of the round. Bree, you're up.
Wow. Oh, okay. Great. All right. I awake with a start, and immediately look around for my friends and take all of my like nervous energy that's now pulsing through my body, and I like can push it out of myself and I condense it into like a small little like golden ball of electric popping energy, and I'm going to cast I'm going to run 30 feet towards my allies.
Okay.
Oh, I should measure 30 feet. I'm so confused that I get to go first. Wow.
Sorry, Nox, I didn't get your roll. Busted now.
12.
12, got it.
Yeah. And cool, great, yeah. And then I will cast haste on Omric.
Haste on Omric.
I'll say, do something better with this than I will.
Excellent. Omric, you are hasted. Sorry, I have to redo things. Combat always gets me. I'm like, math. All right. Excellent. Anything else for you, Ree? Sorry, we should be moving a little quicker now.
No, that's everything I got.
All right. Next up is me. Guess I need to let you back in. Okay, so that is the 10 soldiers. They are going to begin moving forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 10. All right, and the first one is going to take a swing at Omric. Pull my stance back up. It goes to slam you with the little mace that it is holding. It's a 15 to hit.
Nope.
No. Try it, and with its left hand, that one's going to be a 19 to hit.
That's a tie. So tie goes to the attacker.
Tie. Yeah, tie goes to the
You-
attacker.
Haste.
But wait, no,
Yeah,
I've got +2 to AC.
Yeah.
So nope, does not hit.
Nice.
for the haste.
Very, very good.
21. Oh wow.
All right, and the other ones are going to dash. All right, and they can't do anything because they had to dash to get to you. That is their turn. Omric, you are up. Nox, you'll be next.
All right. So I've got to disengage, right? If I want to move.
You can use an action to disengage. But
Yep.
if you move without disengaging, then it will get an attack of opportunity.
Yep. So I'm going to use, since I picked up an additional action, thanks to haste, I'm going to use one to disengage. I'm going to move at my normal speed that is now doubled.
Nice.
And go 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. Puts me where I need to be. Yes, I'm within 30 feet of Granny Nightshade. I'm going to use my additional action to abjure the extraplanar.
Woo! Tell me about that.
So this is a way for me to channel my divinity. So I grasp my amulet, I summon up all my power of Ilmater, and I channel all of it at Granny Nightshade, although really any creature within 30 feet that is aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend has to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 13. If they fail, they've got to run away for a minute.
You say that is any creature within 30 feet?
If they are aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend. So I think the tin soldiers will be unaffected, but Granny Nightshade, if I understand her correctly, would be.
Granny Nightshade, Cradle Fall, and one of the red caps that you had formerly seen. Okay.
Pesky buggers.
Right, coming up out of the ground. What kind of save is it?
So wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Granny Nightshade got a 17.
Darn it. So
Let's
she resists
see.
it. It's a
Okay.
shame.
Cradlefall got a 9.
So that's a fail.
Away from you. One of the red caps. Wisdom. That's a 10. So the red cap and Cradlefall will have to, on their turn, they have to run away from you.
Yes, they are considered turned, and for the next minute, they have to do everything they can to run away. It can use only the dash action or try to escape for an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, it can take the dodge. But yeah, it's going to spend a minute just trying to run away.
Beautiful. Do they get to redo their save at the end of their turn?
No, it's just an effect that's in
just a
place
minute.
until they take damage.
Nice. Well done. All right. What else for you?
So I'm not close enough to hit anything, and I'm strictly melee. So, I guess I will. Think what I'll do is I will try to move. I'll use my second action to now. I will dash. To put myself between Granny and Echo and Juniper, who are currently right ahead of her.
Okay. All right. Anything
there.
else for you today?
Nope, that'll do.
All right. Knox, you are up.
All right, a question. How fast is the tree burning?
It is burning at a pretty steady rate. It is not like engulfed in flames, but it is steadily spreading.
Okay. I'm gonna yell out the kids to kind of try your best to get down. Do not get in the battle. And then saying that, she's gonna look at her son, tell him to stick with Bobby, and she's going to target Tin Soldier 3 and Tin Soldier 4 with Eldritch Blast.
Excellent.
So let's see if I hit. For number 3, I got a 17.
Yep, that hits.
8 force damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. 10 soldiers. No, a 17 does not hit.
Okay. Then for Tin Soldier 4. Okay, got another 17.
Also does not hit.
All right, that's beefy. Next, she is just going to book it to them. Use her full move, but it can't get to the kids. And that will actually be it.
All right. Granny's turn. So Cradlefall has to move its full movement and dash. I believe so.
Yes. Yep.
Running away, Granny looks over her shoulder and screeches, "Where are you going?" This one, it's not that turn yet, but she's going to turn back to you, Omric, and give a grimace of anger. And she is going to move forward towards you. Bam. And she is going to try to take a swipe at you with her claws. The first one is a 14 to hit, so
Nope.
nope. Damn, the second one is a 13 to hit, so also not going to hit as well. That's going to be the end of her turn. That was awful. All right. To her is a Little Oak. Little Oak bends itself over. You all hear this kind of like creaking and groaning and kind of a high-pitched kind of shriek of leaves rubbing against one another. But Little Oak seems to like bend itself in half and like extends one of its branches down to the ground, making a way for the kids to escape out of the treehouse. And that will bring us to Indai. You are up.
All right. So let's see. I am going to draw my sling, actually. And I also am going to pull pardon me, my basilisk. art tooth out of my bag, or one of them at least, and
Okay.
I'm going to move my 30 feet. Let's see. I would say within about right in front of Dash, and and I guess that's not 30 feet. That's more like 20.
Each of those squares is 5 feet.
Yeah, yeah. And I move 1, 2, 3, 4. So 25 feet, which is good. And I am going to shoot at the red cap 1 character.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I'm doing the right thing here. Ooh, that is a 9.
9 does not hit.
Okay. All right.
Anything else for you?
And I'm going to take a protective stance in front of Dash.
Okay. All right. That brings us to all of the kids who start taking off down Little Oak's arm and moving away. Um, Sorry, takes me about forever to move a million kids.
Look at them run. Go, go, go.
They are running, but
Run,
Will
children.
steps out from behind you, Knox. 15, 20, 25, and comes up and he pulls a glaive out from under his cloak and swings at the tin soldier in front of him. Oh, that's probably gonna hit. Shit. Yeah, 26 to hit. Whoa, max damage. She's gonna
Ellie,
do
that's great.
14 points of damage.
Yeah, Will.
To that
Nice.
one.
Hit it, Will.
And he gives a growl through his teeth. And that's going to be the end of his turn. That brings us to Rockerell, who is going to come charging down towards this one in front of her. Actually, I'm going to change that. Sorry, let me pull stats. That's the distance. Nope. All right, she holds up her hands in front of her and grasps her holy symbol and mutters a few words under her breath, and a column of flame just descends from the sky right on Granny Nightshade, forcing her to make a dexterity saving throw. Finder's death. Or dexterity shit. Oh, damn, that's a nat 1. So she'll take double damage on that. And that's going to be 2d8. 7. 10 points of radiant damage to
Nice.
Granny Nightshade. She gives an angry little hiss between her teeth as she stares you down, Almeric, with this flame on her. That will be Rockarell's turn. Nox. All right. Yes, Nox, you
I'm gonna
are.
say it's. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to draw my dagger, and I am going to attempt to hit Tin Soldier 3.
Okay, roll a hit.
My dagger is my pack weapon. Let's see if this hits.
Do it.
Of course it doesn't. 15.
A 15 on a tin soldier, it does not hit.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's...
No, I did. I gave you your turn. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I fucked up this round. Did I get you already hit an Eldritch Blast, didn't you?
Yeah, that's
Because
what
I
was gonna
didn't
say.
write down the number and it threw me off and I was like, fuck, I skipped Nox. But it didn't. I just didn't write down the number because I'm a moron.
Okay.
So I'm having
You're the
little
best.
issues here.
You're
There's so
awesome.
many
million
things
things
to
going
take
on.
care of, you guys.
There's a lot of people.
All right. My apologies. Let's go to the red caps. It's their turn. This one's going to come dashing up at Indie. And let me get to the red cap screen.
Don't even think about
It
it.
is going to take out its sickle and do 3 quick swipes at you. Dirty 20 to hit for the first one.
That hits for the first one.
15 for the second. 19 for the third.
All 3 hit.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
6 points of damage for the first one. 9 points of damage for the second one.
Okay.
4 points of damage for the third one.
All right.
This one's going to come charging out 5.
6, 9.
It's going to dash
four.
towards 3.
Right.
30, but it can't hit you because it had to dash. And those 3 had to dash, so they used their action to do so. That'll bring us to Echo, and then Dash, you'll be next if you're with us. If not, I'll punch shit for you.
Echo. So has anyone hit the red cap behind me yet? Did anyone notice it?
No, it just came charging out of the woods just now, aiming for Juniper.
So I'm gonna yell to Juniper, keep yourself safe, then find Ree. And I'm going to attack the red cap behind me with, unfortunately, my short sword.
All right, roll to hit.
$24.
24 hits, yeah.
Uh, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Piercing.
Piercing damage. Very nice. Definitely takes a cut across the torso and a little bit of blood spurts forward and onto the ground, and it turns to look at you with a grimace, baring its teeth.
As a bonus action, I want to cast Hunter's Mark on Granny Nightshade. What Hunter's Mark is very subtle, but Echo makes visual contact with the subject, looking at Granny Nightshade's face, no matter where Granny Nightshade's focus is. And under their breath, almost silently, says, enemy.
Ooh. Beautiful. She is marked. Anything else for you, Echo?
Not for Echo.
All right. Dash, are you with us?
Does Juniper get their turn now?
Oh, yep. My apologies. Juniper.
Yeah, so Juniper is also going to attack the red cap.
Yes.
Are we just doing a straight D20 roll? Let's see.
Yeah, plus
Melee, I
her
guess.
strength,
Oh,
I believe.
beak or claws? Let's say claws.
Okay.
It's so to hit 13 to hit.
13 hits.
And then so that's 2d8 plus 4.
Nice.
Juniper's a badass.
Juniper is badass.
So that is 11 points of slashing damage.
11 points of slashing damage as she rakes her claws across the side of its face. Way to go,
So
Juniper.
she also gets a beak attack.
Yes.
So she's going to do that as well.
Peck it.
Do we do an AC again?
Yeah, roll to hit again yet.
So that's 19 to hit.
19 still hits yet?
And 1d10 plus. Oh, you're a d8. Uh, 9 points piercing.
Good. Piercing damage. She takes a chunk out of the side of his leg and manages to hit an artery, and it is bleeding out in front of you. Anything else for Juniper?
No.
All right.
Looking very concerned, our Juniper.
Yes. Imagine. Dash. Are you with us?
No dash, no dice.
Okay. I'm just going to keep track of how many turns Dash gets when he can join us, because I don't want to act for him or use his things or whatever. And I know he's working, so we'll come back to Dash. So that puts us at the top of the round.
Oh,
You're up.
great. And I have this dude up in my face. Well, I was going to be offended no one came to attack me, but now I'm very scared. Can I question. Can I Misty Step and cast a spell?
Is Misty Step a bonus action?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
Some DMs are like, if you use a spell for your bonus action, you can only use a cantrip for your action, but I think that's lame. So if you're willing to spend the spell slots, go for it.
Yay. And because I have Fey Touch, it says at will, so I shouldn't have to spend a spell slot to do it.
Hey, nice.
Okay, great. Awesome, great. So I'm going to say, well, I take this as a very high compliment that you think I'm a threat, but goodbye, and just Misty Step and disappear.
Excellent.
Like in a much more like softer, more technicolored type of magic than she typically does. It's a lot less golden and bright. It's more like Fey wild. And I'm gonna Misty Step over to 30 feet over Yeah. Yes. Over here. And then I will cast. I can do, so if I do a 10-foot, so much math, 10-foot sphere,
Lots
can
of
I
math.
hit, yeah, can I do the red cap 3 and the tin soldiers 3 and 4? If that's it, if it's the 10-foot sphere from me?
Yeah,
Okay, great. Without hurting any of my allies.
seems that way.
Okay, yay, awesome. Then I will misty step and appear there, and uh, I will misty step and just appear there, and then and then take out my crystal and like tap it against and like tap it against like probably like a buckle or some metal on my spell book and cast shatter, and a very high pitched piercing sound comes out.
Ooh, very nice. Is
Um,
that's saves, yes?
Yes, that's a save. So it is a Constitution saving throw. And any creature of inorganic material, such as stone, crystal, or metal, has
Yes.
disadvantage on the saving throw.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah.
So
So I
we'll
think
start
I
with
can
the
hit.
red cap.
Mhm.
Say Constitution.
Yes, Constitution save 15.
Oh, the red cap, I got a nat 20. No
Bad.
damage there. And then the tin soldiers
Even on-
disadvantage.
Mhm.
So 3 got a 7.
Mhm.
The other one got a 3. So they both
Nice.
fail.
And would I hit TS the Tin Soldier 5 too? Or no?
No, yeah,
No.
I'd say that too, yeah. Within 10
Yeah?
feet,
Okay, great.
disadvantage. It's gonna fail. That's a 5. So they all
Yay!
fail. All 3 of the tin soldiers fail.
Great. So that is 3d8 thunder damage.
Woohoo!
Go. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's great. That's 15 damage.
15 points of damage.
What?
Two
Nice.
Squishy
7s and a 1.
spellcaster.
Yes.
We love it.
You see drops of oil seeping out from between the joints of the armor, and it all kind of like seems to shake and quiver as it's like lugging its little weapon behind it and barely able to lift it back up. You hear them beginning to squeak a little bit as their oil drips out of them. I hate to ask anything else.
No, that is everything I can do. I like pick up my cloak or my skirt so that I don't get any of the dripping oil on it though. And I'm going, oh, gross.
Gross. All right. Well, the two, they are now all quite angry at you and begin to close into your space. And they are going, that was 3, 4, and 5. I'm also going to move this one up to Indai. Okay. So we'll start with number 1. It's going to take a slam with its fists at you, Indai. 2 of them. That's going to be a 14 for the first one.
14 highs. That hits.
That hits. And 15 for the second one. So that also hits. So the first one is, oh, Jesus. I'm good at hitting you. 7 points of damage for the first one. 5 points of damage for the second one.
That puts me out.
Oh, no.
I was
Indai
at,
is unconscious.
yeah. I was at 4 hit points left after the 3 slashes.
Yep. All right. Indai is down. That'll be number 2 is going to take its slam with its fists into Echo. First one, 11 to hit. And the second one is a 17 to hit. You are muted,
You're on mute.
Danny.
First one did not hit. 17 hits.
17 hits. So that's going to be 7 points of damage with that one. And then, look at my map. 3, 4, and 5 all go after Ree. Oh, that's a 6 to hit with the first one. So that's 6 hits total. Second one is a 15 to hit. Oh, we can't hear you. It doesn't look like you're muted, but you are at the same time.
my mic be. I was gonna say shield, but it would still hit.
Ah, okay. Well,
It would
save your
just hit.
shield then, just in case.
Yeah.
The next one is a 22, 21.
Yeah.
The next one is a 9. It's 4. Okay. 21 for that one. And then one more. 11.
Shield.
4. All right, so you got 4 hits. First one is
Oh.
5 points of damage.
Okay.
I thought the first
And
one didn't hit.
3 points of damage. There was a total of 4 that hit. I was just doing all of them in one go. And then 4 points of damage. And then 5 points of damage. And then 3 points of damage.
17.
17. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I just spit out numbers. I don't know what they add up to.
Yeah. 5, 4, 5, 3. Okay. Oh, yep. Definitely did think that one through.
That'll be the end of the soldier's turn. Almric, you are up. Nox, you're next.
All right. And much as it pains me to know that my allies are being hurt, I'm just going to stay focused on Granny while I can. So we'll attack with the Warhammer.
Excellent.
That's an 11.
An 11 does not hit.
Okay. However, one of my specials is extra attack. I can attack twice instead of once whenever I take the attack action on my turn, so I'm doing that.
Nice.
So we'll try again. That's a 17 this time.
17 does hit.
All right. That's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
11 points. Nice. She takes the slam to the side of her shoulder and then straightens back up, grinning at you.
All right. So that was one action. Because of haste, I've got a second action. I'm going to attack again.
Do it.
23.
Yeah, 23 hits.
Another 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And I'm going to once again use my special extra attack, because that's whenever I use the attack action on my turn. 23 to hit.
23, yeah. Hits.
And 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
8 points of damage. That was 30 points of damage total
Nice.
on your turn.
Oh,
Very nice. She looks a little battered and bruised and looks up at you with like a scrape across her face. Anything
All
else
that
for
work
you,
for a
Alma?
scrape.
A scrape. Anything else for
It's
you?
but a scratch.
So for my no, I'm gonna hold it. Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Nox, you are up.
Okay. How bad does Ree look?
Bad. That hurt her. but not
Okay.
like, yeah, but not on death's door.
Like, would you prefer to be a wave?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
All right, Nox is going to, we're gonna move down. Not disengaging with the red cap. And I am going to touch Ree on the shoulder.
He will get an attack of opportunity if you do not disengage. Just the
Yeah,
one
that's
though, so
fine.
you're very lucky. It's a nat 20.
Why wouldn't it be?
I love you guys. Oh, that was a good roll though. So 6 points of damage. I mean a good roll for you, bad roll for me. 6 points of
Okay.
damage on that one.
Okay. Ow. All right, that's fine. We're good. It's okay.
It's fine.
I'm gonna put my hand on Ree's shoulder, and I am going to cast Thunder Step. Enemies within 10 need to take a con 15 save, and
Wow.
we are going to move.
Okay, so red cap 4, tin soldier 3, 4, and 5 all have to make that save. And what kind of save was it?
Con.
Con.
And I just took you with me, Ree.
Yay! Wow. Okay, thank you very much. That's very cool.
Yep. Don't have too many of those.
Red cap fails. 3 fails. 4 fails. 5 fails. They all fail.
15
What's your
damage.
15 damage.
Yes.
Let me see which ones those were. So that was red cap 4.
What's this magical creature we found?
3, 4, and 5. With your thunder, boom, disappears, and a peal of thunder rolls out from where Nox and Ree had previously been standing, and all of the tin soldiers drop to the ground with a clang of metal and armor without anything else, any life left behind in order to keep them moving.
Nice.
And with bonus action, I'm going to do Hexblade Curse on Granny.
Nice.
Yes, Mark. And that is it for me.
I'll make to fix these. Does Granny get a save for Hexblade's Curse?
They do not get a save.
They're just hexed. All
Yes.
right. Keep that in mind for me, please, because I'll forget.
Yes. I am ticking it down. Only lasts for a minute.
All right. I think I see where we have Alex. Alex, would you like to take your turn from last turn? I see a hand. Don't know if he can hear me.
Alex, can you hear me?
Right. Alex, can you hear me? Alex, can you see me?
I love watching the camera just move all over the place.
Yeah, right. All right, we'll give it another minute. I will go ahead and take Granny's turn then. As she gives a shriek at you, Omric. Dun, dun. Let's see what she's going to do. She's going to look at you and give you a quick little grin and disappear. I'm going to make her. And that would be the end of her turn as she disappears. That would bring us to Little Oak's turn. He is going to, it is going to continue to keep its branch down to the ground as the children are scrambling down and away from the fire, which continues to grow on him. At the end of his turn, Indai, you are up.
Okay, I will roll
A death saving throw.
death saving throw.
please.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just a moment.
And if you will, just send that to me instead of announcing it.
Okay. And then
We'll let you roll that. Just send it to me in a private message.
gotcha.
Excellent. That will bring us to Will, who is going to continue his assault on this soldier in front of him, slamming into his glaive twice this time. 17 does not hit. 24 does hit. 17. 21 points of damage to the one in front of it that bursts in a spray of black oil and clatters to the ground. He gives a triumphant little hoot and holler up into the air and then takes his movement back towards... No, I think he's going to move up towards Granny Nightshade. Nightshade. I'm having issues today, yo. It's the mead.
Granny Nutshade.
Nutshade. End of Will's turn. That'll bring us to a Rock Harrell, who is going to continue her assault on the one in front of her. Pull her sheet as well. She's just going to pull out her mace and slam it into this creature in front of it. Yeah, that is going to be a 22, which will most definitely hit. And that's going to be 6 points of damage to the one in front of her. That'll be the end of her turn. And that brings us to the red cap's turn. The number one is going to turn to... Oh, Dash isn't here, and I feel bad attacking people who aren't here. And Indai is out. Got to move 10, 20, 20. Can't move. This one's going to start circling out. 30. This one is going to... Number 3 is going to take its attack on Juniper. Like, I'm almost afraid to hit Juniper for what Echo will do to me. With its
That is
sickle
wise.
3 strike. 11 to hit with the first one. I don't know what.
Does not hit.
Okay. Second one. 15.
15 hits.
2, 5, 7 points of damage. The third hit is a 13. Can't math. Does a 13 hit Juniper?
Just hits.
Just hits. 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage with the third attack. 4 is going to move up to Rock Harrell. Take its attacks on her. So many tabs, you guys. First one will hit Second one will not hit. Third one will not hit. It's 1, 4, 6 points of damage to Rockarel. Lost my pencil. Okay, that brings us to Echo. You are up.
Juniper's gonna take her turn first.
Sure.
She's going to attack the red cap that just attacked her. Um, 19.
19
hit.
hits. Yeah.
Let's start with claws. That's a nat 1.
Oh.
So a 7.
That one does not hit. No,
Yeah.
unfortunately not.
And then beak.
Beak.
Oh, I rolled the wrong dice. For both.
Oh, you can re-roll your first one then. Yeah.
Okay. This looks like an 8. No, that's a 2.
Bless you, Victoria.
2d8, where are you? Apologies.
That's okay. This is why we have post. Take all of this stuff out.
We'll use some fancy organ dice. Donate life, everybody.
Ooh, fancy.
I love
Check
toast,
it.
by the
Check
way.
box.
You love what?
Toast. You said that's why we have toast. I love toast. Delicious.
Post.
I love the post office too.
All right, so 2d8.
No,
19.
19 hits. Or 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage.
Oh, 19 points of damage. She misses. Juniper misses with her big claw, but she turns in response and catches it right in the throat with her beak and just rips out this creature's throat, dropping it to the ground as she feasts upon its entrails.
Good girl, Juniper. So Granny Nightshade is not visible.
She is not visible at the moment.
Okay. So Hunter's Mark, that doesn't help with that. But Primeval Awareness does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to expend 1 ranger spell slot to sense whether there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 1 mile of you. Or within
yes.
up to 6 miles if you're in your favored terrain.
Yes, there are many, many fae. Many fae around you.
Wow.
Including Will, you notice.
Fair.
Is this something where the hunter's mark is helpful?
It does not say so. I am not super. So I'm going to fire at use my longbow to attack one of the creatures by Rockerel. Let's do the red cap.
I'm sorry, did you say you're removing your hunter's mark?
No, I'm just gonna fire
Okay, Missy,
at
I'm
a
sorry.
red cap.
Excellent. Roll to hit.
I don't think I can move my hunter's mark. Unless the hit points drop to 0. But rolling to hit, we've got 12.
This one can't. A 12 does not hit.
All right. I think that's all I can do right now. Yeah. Good job, Juniper.
Good
Go
job,
girl.
Juniper. Dash, are you with us? You are muted.
You're muted. Oh, no, I don't think he can.
No.
Sorry, I've got like 5 different things on the screen.
That's okay. Totally understand. If you're with us, you can take 2 actions because you missed it last turn.
Okay. Is the location correct? It's on the map.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is the location where I am on the map, is that accurate?
Yes, the location on the map is accurate for where you are.
Yes.
There's a 110 soldier.
Okay.
Indai is unconscious.
Barding you. And unconscious, yes.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
It didn't take long.
So, I guess I would use an action to. I think I only have 1 potion. To throw that into space. Or down his throat.
Pour a healing potion into his face.
I think Indai kind of like just starts gargling it and choking on it, and then like oh what the.
Can
Yeah,
you
well,
roll your healing, Alex, or do you need somebody else to do it for you?
Just 2d4 plus 2. So
Anyone want to volunteer?
I'll get it.
I
since
see
it's-
Michael moving.
I mean, I can roll it.
2d4
Okay,
plus
cool.
2
I just want to make
gives you 6.
If you can roll it, Alex, you can do the thing.
Okay, it's 2d4 plus 2. for
Yes.
regular.
Yeah.
Total of 8.
8 points of healing.
I'll take it.
You are back from the brink of death.
Oh. What?
And then,
Good.
Dash, you can take a second turn if you would like.
Okay, then I'm going to just beat the brakes off this middle soldier.
Okay.
I'm
Roll
going
ahead.
to spend a bonus action to engage my astral form.
Okay.
And Ash is really angry right now because of all this stuff. And so the form actually looks a lot different than the last time he's used it. Instead of being the normal, like, goofy, kind of muddy, Gumby arms, this time it's you almost see like a heat flash around his shoulders where these new arms come out, and they actually look kind of like basalt, just black volcanic stone arms, no softness to them. They're just kind of jagged, angry, ugly looking arms. Um,
Right.
Okay. So a 20 to hit.
Yeah, 20 hits.
All right. It's going to be 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Takes a clang and it makes a dent in its magical armor.
Only a 9 to hit on the second.
9 does not hit, unfortunately. Anything else for you, Dash?
I'm just going to kind of circle around. And I've got 10-foot reach with my arms.
Okay.
So I'm going to circle around 10 soldiers to the other side of them. Opposite from where your guy's at.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
I'm good.
All right. Back up to the top of the round. Bree, you're up.
Cool, great. Is taking out and using the Lantern of Revealing something I could do right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. I'll take it out. Let me just double check what I have. So I'll take it out and I will like open it so that it's shedding light, and I'll say, Almeric or Echo, either one of you looking for Granny Nightshade? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will toss it. And Almeric's closer, and judging my abilities, I will toss it, the Lantern of Revealing, to Almeric.
Okay. Amrik, you can make a dexterity saving throw to catch it.
But I've got advantage thanks again to haste,
Hey.
Yes.
which is good. So roll 1, 18, roll 2, 13. So 18.
An 18. Yeah, you do manage to catch it before it hits the ground and shatters. And spinning around with it, you do not currently see Granny Nightshade. Yeah.
Lose it.
Can I do other things?
That would be your action to pull it out and toss it to him. But if you have a bonus action, yes.
Cantrips are actions. Okay. Then I will just move 30 feet toward the tree. That's what I will do.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Those are all done. Yep, that's all for me.
Excellent. All right. Brings us to the 10 soldiers. The first one is going to be quite angry that you brought up his quarry and is going to turn to Dash and attempt to slam its little metal fists into you. Dash, you're with, the first one's a nat 20. It's 10 points
Wonderful.
bludgeoning damage to you. second one is a nat 1. So it spins around and falls to the ground in a big clink of metal. And it is prone. And then let's see. Who else do I still have? 6. All right. Number 6 is going to continue to smack at Rockerel. First one will miss. Second one will hit. 6, 12 to 16 points of damage to Rockerel. Oh, it's a damn good hit. Thank you, me. And that's the end of the soldier's turn. That brings us to Omric. Nox, you'll be next. Oh, Omric, you're muted.
Muted.
Sorry. In the absence of Granny Nightshade being visible, I am going to try to move it in the direction of helping Rocky Rouse. So I'm going to move as I pass Ree. I'm going to try to just slide the lantern back to her. I don't know if that counts as an
Okay.
action or not.
I'd give it to you as a bonus action just to hand it back to her instead of throwing it. But as you approach, Granny Nightshade does become visible behind Rockerel.
All right. Well, then I'm going to move in the direction of Granny Nightshade. And I think I got enough movement to do it. So that'll put me in front of Granny
Diagonals
Nightshade.
count as 5 feet as well, too, just so you guys know.
Yeah. So since my movement is currently 50, I think I'm good.
Fuck yeah.
Because
Jesus,
haste
you're
again
so fast.
coming in very handy.
Haste is the shit, yeah.
All right, so we are going to, in that case, adapt the plan, and we're going to Warhammer at Granny.
All right, roll to hit.
First roll is a 14.
A 14 does not hit.
Yep, but we're going to do that special attack to do another attempt. That's a
Do
10.
it.
That's not going to do anything. So that was action
That's
1.
also not hit.
Action 2, we're going to attack again.
Okay.
It's an 8. It's just getting worse and worse.
8 does not hit.
And the special is a nat 1. So,
Oh, and that's
but that's all my
1.
garbage done for the,
You
for the night.
slam your warhammer into the ground and it sticks into the soil for just a moment. It'll take you a bonus action to pull it free
Yep.
on your next turn. Anything else for you, Omric?
I don't think there's much I can do.
All right. That'll bring us to Nox then.
All right. So we're gonna move. Are there any enemies around the kids?
Not at the moment, and I did forget to move them last turn, but they have all made their way
Okay.
off
Right.
of the map and into the tree line.
All right. Perfect. Once I see that the children are okay with an eye shot, I'm going to send one Eldritch Blast at Granny,
Okay.
and then the other one at both at Granny.
All right. Go hit.
Better chance of hitting her. Does 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
All right, let's try that again. All right, even lower, 11.
11 also does not hit. Your Eldritch Blasts go wide and sail off into the tree line somewhere behind Granny Nightshade. Anything else for you, Nox?
Next. Nothing else.
I feel really bad, but I don't at the same time. Granny Nightshade is currently surrounded. She is going to look at you, Omric, and you feel a wash of magic come over you. And I would like for you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
$23.
23 is enough to do it as you kind of shake off the effect. and she looks at you and gives a snarl. So instead, she pulls back her arm, and her fingernails seem to like elongate as she slashes them down and across you. Pick the right dice. That would be a good one. $22 to hit.
That'll do it.
It's going to be. Jesus. Take 21 points of poison damage.
All right. I do have resistance to poison.
Nice. So you take 10 points of poison damage. And you lucked the fuck out. The resistance to poison. Damn you, paladins. All right, that brings us to Little Oak, who is now standing back up as the children have made their way off and into the tree line. And he is going to, I don't know why I keep calling it he. It is going to pull back one of its branches and try to slam it onto the form of Granny Nightshade. What's that? 16 to hit, which will hit. 20 points of bludgeoning damage with the first one. Pull back another branch and attempt to slam it down on her again. And that one will also hit with a 29. 6, 7, 9, 10, 16 points of damage with that one.
Heck yeah, Little Oak.
Little Oak don't fuck around, okay? He's protecting his childrens. That will be the end of Little Oak's turn as Granny Nightshade stumbles a little under the slams of these branches and has to pick her way back through the fallen debris off of Little Oak. Indie, you're up. And conscious. Well done.
I am so pissed off that these minions of Granny Nightshade have rendered me unconscious so quickly, and I turn to Dash and give him like a quick nod, and then reach down onto my robe of useful items, and I pull one of the patches from just grab it and just rip it straight off with a smile, and an angry smile, and looking at the tin soldier that's in front of me. Two mastiffs appear at my feet, and I immediately tell both of them to attack
Nice.
the tin soldier in front of me.
Okay.
So I'm getting their stats right now, actually, because I just decided.
That's okay.
All right. And strength of 13, dex 14, constitution 12. And so they will attack the 10 soldier in front of me.
Okay.
Actually,
Roll to
don't.
hit.
Roll to hit here. With a bite. Excuse me. Thank you for holding for me. And 11.
An 11 does not hit.
Actually, I think I need to change that. They have a +1, so that's a 12. My fault.
12 still does not hit.
No hit. All right, and the other mastiff will do the same thing.
Okay.
Again. That's a 5 or 6. 6.
6 also does not hit.
All right. Well, they are
Just their teeth glance off of the metal gauntlets that make up its arms.
and I believe that as a bonus, my bonus action is going to be using a potion of my own.
Okay.
That I have. Let me note that back. And I just not even before the mastiffs even bite. I'm pulling the potion and chugging it.
Okay.
So let's see. Potion of healing. So 1d4 plus 2. That's 4 healing. So
Points of healing. Okay. Anything else for you?
nope. That you know what? I think I want to move. In die. I'm gonna move in die into a hiding position as much as I can behind Little Oak. So I don't think I'm gonna make it all the way. But I'm heading to this little area in between.
Just so you know, you will get an attack of opportunity moving away.
That's okay.
Unless you're a rogue. So unless you bonus action disengage before you start moving.
Well, I used my bonus action to drink the potion.
Ah, yes, that's right.
So
So you will get an attack of opportunity.
That's gonna fly, but I am still gonna move. So
Okay. Well, then here we go. That's a 8 to hit.
nope,
Okay.
not hit. I think Endai just starts to run, and as soon as the Finnish soldier swings, he just You kind of see him almost shift face before he even gets to hit my rogue, and
Okay.
and then just moves along like he wasn't even there.
All right. Anything else for you today?
Nope.
Well, this turn, not today. Jesus.
Maybe not today.
It's the
either.
mead.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. See you next session. All right. That brings us to Will, who is going to take his swing with his glaive against the red cap in front of him. It's 2. 13, which just hits. And then a 14, which also hits. That's good. So first one, 19 points with the first one. Second one, 8, 11, 15. The one in front of him looks very seriously injured. Bring us to a Rockerell, who will spin towards Granny. Let me pull up my sheet. She's going to step back on her heel and hold her hands up towards Granny. And a blue purpley kind of flame shoots out from her hands towards Granny. Come on, do some cool shit. Yeah, that's gonna hit. 25 to hit, which is most definitely going to hit. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 21 points of radiant damage as she guiding bolts it. And the next attack roll, whoever that may be, looks like it'll be Echo. You will have advantage on that attack, but just whoever hits next. That's a good hit.
We do things in the order of the Golden Cup.
The Order of the Golden Cup. Smash shit. All right, the ends of Rockerell's turn. I have any red caps left? Yes. The one in front of Will is going to attempt to hit him. With its little sickle. 17. Which is... Where's my Will stats? Going to hit. Second one is not going to hit. Third one is going to hit. All right. So that's 2 hits, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. First one. 8 points with the second one. 4 is going to swing its sickle at Rockerell. Sorry, I have to look and see what everybody's armor class is, because I don't remember. First one's not going to hit. Second one's not going to hit. Third one might hit. 21, yes, that will hit. 2, 3, 7 points of damage to Rockerell, who's starting to look a little unsteady on her feet. That is the end of their turn, and that brings us to Echo.
All right. So Juniper is going to finally heed Echo's advice and head towards Ree.
Okay.
So hanging out next to Ree. And Echo, I'm going to step over the bodies of the dead and shoot with my longbow at Granny Nightshade.
All right, you have advantage on your shot.
Whoa.
Dash, you'll be next.
It was 7 and 16.
16 hits.
Oh, all right. Woo, let's do this. So, get an extra 1d6 because of Hunter's Mark.
Nice.
That is 5. And I get longbow. We get d8. Where are you, d8? There you are, d8. 8 plus 4. That's plus proficiency plus archery plus dreadful strikes. So that's an extra 1d4 psychic damage.
Damn.
So that is 26 total points.
Holy shit.
Favorite terrain, baby. Proficiency in archery, baby. Hunter's Mark, baby.
All of the things. She is looking quite hurt on the back of her flying rocking horse. Anything else for you, Echo?
No, just angry face, as angry as Echo can look. Furrowed, narrowed eyes. Yeah, just as angry as Echo is capable at this point in time, which I don't think we've truly seen yet.
Think so either. All right. Dash, you're up.
Already. The hammer time. The soldier. And that's it. And 19 to hit.
A 19 to hit?
Yes.
Yeah, 19 hits.
So that's 5 damage.
How much? I'm sorry?
5.
5. Okay, very good.
Second attack is a 22 to hit.
22 also hits.
So that's 6 damage.
6 points of damage. Your fist collides with the side of the helmet, and the armor just goes flying out under your fist and scatters amongst the grass.
Well, excellent. And I'm going to
Whoops.
burn a key
I don't
point
know what I did.
for Step of the Wind. I'll use the dash action for the second. Use the dash as the bonus action. I can use that and the rest of my movement, which gives me a total of 80 movement, to however close to that pile of people around Granny as I can get.
All right. Anything else for you, Dash?
That'll do it.
All right. Top of the round. Bree, you're up.
All right. First things first, I give Juniper a little scritch and say, "What a good girl you've been attacking those soldiers." Most important. And then can I what is Little Oak on fire still, and does it
Little
look
Oak
like
is
it's being Yeah.
a Little Oak is definitely still on fire. There is that constant, like, underlying screeching that seems to be coming from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. You're not sure exactly where it's coming from, but you are noticing the bark on Little Oak blackening and the leaves curling and drifting away.
Okay. Cool. Great. Could I it sounds like it sounds like the screaming or whatever is coming from one specific point, or
It's coming from the direction of the tree that's on fire.
just a specific point on the tree.
No, nowhere in particular,
Okay.
just from the tree.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything to put that out, but I wanted to know. I'll say, on Little Oak, hopefully we can take care of this soon. And then I will just do another shatter right in between the Red Cap 4 and the Tin Soldier 6.
Okay. And that's a con save?
Yes, that's a con save. 15, and inorganic materials have disadvantage.
Excellent. So the Tin Soldier. Oh, Constitution. That's a 10 on that one. So it fails.
Fail.
And then the Red Cap is a nat 1, so it takes double damage.
Yay! Okay. Dang. 10 damage.
10 points of damage. The Red Cap reaches up to its head and kind of grasps it in pain. And you notice little trickles of blood coming from its eyes and ears and nose before it gives one last scream and drops to the ground. And the soldier... Tin Soldier, which number are you? 6. You hear it kind of reverberate and echo around in its empty helmet, but it still looks to be holding itself together.
All right. And measure my distances. Yeah, that's all from me.
All right. That brings us to the Tin Soldier, who can't really tell where that came from. So it's going to turn and take its attack on Almric with its little metal fists coming straight at you. The first one is going to be. Let me pull up my stats. 19 to hit.
That's a tie, so yep, that'll hit.
You have the plus whatever from your haste.
Yeah,
Plus 2.
2 plus 2.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, no hit.
Does not
Thank
hit. All right. The second one is a dirty 20, so it just barely misses you as well. Damn you, haste. I hate it.
Sorry.
I think that's it, isn't it? Yep. That's all the 10 soldiers I have left. All right, Omric. It's your turn.
All right. I keep on hammering Granny.
Phrasing.
All right. First attack is a 25 to hit.
25 hits, yeah.
So that's 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And thanks to haste, we'll do another attack. 19 to hit.
A 19 does hit, yeah.
All right. So another 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
And we will do, yeah, we'll just keep on going. We'll just keep on attacking. 19 to hit
Yeah, 19 hits.
with 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
7 points.
And we'll do one more. 20 to hit.
20 also hits.
And another 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Omric, how would you like to do this? Now you have to unmute yourself when you celebrate. That's not fair.
Yeah. Take her down.
All right, so Amrik, relishing this haste that he normally does not have, because normally he's a bit of a plodding fellow, now just relishing in the ability to just boom, 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 boom. We're going to do one coming up diagonally to smack across the face, and then immediately reverse and come back down. And then we're going to raise the hand and then just do a straight horizontal back and forth. And while doing that, like raising the shield in triumph as we do this, just to try to celebrate and just really working through all of that frustration that's been building up in this place for days now, just taking it all out in this one place where it's absolutely okay to do this. So just letting it all out.
Your hammer slams into the side of the head, and there is a sickening crack as her head spins to the side. And she kind of looks at you for just a moment before her body crumples to the ground, and the key in her back slowly begins to come down and slow to a stop. And the armor that has been next to her crumples to the ground, and looking about, the one next to Will looks up in sheer abject fear before attempting to turn and run into the tree line before Will takes his glaive and slams it right into the back of this creature, and it falls forward with kind of a sickening squelch, and a peace and a quiet falls over the clearing where you all currently are. And that is where we'll go to break, my friends. So let's take a few minutes, do your things, drinks, snacks, all that fun stuff. We'll come back here in just a few minutes.
Okay.
And we are back. Unfortunately, Victoria has had to leave us. She's not feeling too well this evening, thanks to her asshole boyfriend. I hope he hears this and knows that we think he's an asshole. Boo.
Boo.
Boo on you, Victoria's boyfriend. So, Victoria, feel better. We love you. Take care of yourself. But we will go ahead and jump back in. You all have just defeated Granny Nightshade and her minions. A silence has fallen over the clearing that you all are in, and we will pick up right there. Undeciders, what would you like to do?
Is Little Oak still on fire?
Little Oak is still on fire and is flailing his limbs about. Why is it a him? It's a tree. Flailing their arms about.
Hmm.
Echo's gonna pull out their bedroll and try to beat the flames out.
It seems to have a little bit of an effect on the trunk, but you were unable to reach the upper limbs where the treehouse is, now fully engulfed in flames. The branches flail around above you.
As Endai, since Endai has some fire resistance, I think he's gonna take a couple of his potions of healing. He's still got got 6 of them left, and he's just gonna take 2 of them. Yeah, been collecting. He's gonna take 2 of them and just like go up and smash him against the trunk and like hold them in and like hold that liquid potion into the trunk and let it seep into its bark.
Okay. It trickles down in the bark, but you are doing your best to hold it in. And you see the bark where you are currently splashing this potion begin to like move from a black charred cinder to almost like it's regular ashy gray kind of bark. And it holds that coloration where you are, but it's very quickly the flames kind of creep back in, and you notice the bark beginning to blacken and curl around the edges of where you're attempting to hold this potion into the bark of Little Oak.
How far away is the source of water from us?
Oh, probably about a quarter of a mile.
Mm.
Hmm.
The flailing of the branches continues above you. And you see some of the children kind of like sneaking back in to the tree line, and Will is kind of looking around wild-eyed and panicked. And you see him like holding his hands together, and they kind of spark in between his hands, and you see little droplets of water like easing out of Little Oak's bark, but it just like sizzles and evaporates into steam, and Will is like beginning to cry with the effort of holding this water spell in between his hands. And you can all make a perception check for me.
18.
And that one.
You're too busy looking for the figure of Elyon to be paying any attention to what is going on with Will. You do find him kind of peeking out from the tree line, but not approaching, and his eyes are kind of swinging with fear between you and Will and Little Oak, back and forth between the three of you.
I got a 12.
12.
And 11 dash.
I got an 18.
An 18. All right. Echo and Omric, as you are looking about, kind of pondering what to do in this situation and paying attention to Will as the tears begin to stream down his face, there are little tracks of a blue beginning to show on his skin where the tears are falling.
I'm gonna look to Rocky Rel to see if she's got anything that might be able to help us here.
Rockarel looks back at you and seems to kind of like searching her memory as she holds her hands up to her face and her temple. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book that you haven't seen before, leather bound and kind of dark, with these like cream colored tattered pages. And she flips through them for a few minutes, well, a few seconds, and she looks back at you and just kind of like gives you a panicked, pained, sad sort of expression as she just kind of shakes her head at you.
Come on, Little Oak, let's get you to the river. Can you run?
The flailing of the branches above you seems to almost drown out your words as the movement of Little Oak begins to kind of slow.
So I have 3 spell scrolls here. Do you guys think that these could help?
Is that what they are?
Well, my robe of useful items, I rolled spell scrolls in 3 slots, but I never saw any idea of what those would be. Is there a way to roll to find out what spell they are?
I'll let you make an Arcana check.
Okay. Um, 13.
13. Oh my God. I can't type. You can roll a 13. You can roll a D100 for me, so a percentile dice.
All right. Cool. I like those. Those are fun. 81. Did I roll 3 D100s or just 1?
No, just 1.
Okay.
One of them, as you're looking at the spell scroll and pulling it open, kind of an inky blackness seems to spread out from the center of the scroll, and it begins to form kind of like a gothic sort of cursive on it, and it forms the words at the top of the scroll that says "I bite."
I bite.
You can't quite tell what the other 2 are.
Okay. Um, I Ree. Where did you go?
Ree is absolutely exhausted and has collapsed into a bit of a heap at some distance from you.
I don't know. I don't know if this is a good thing to use. But
Little Oak continues its flailing, but you're hearing kind of a creak from the wood as you're hearing the fire kind of engulf the interior of the trunk, and it's beginning to set into kind of a smolder instead of an open flame.
yeah, I don't think I can do anything except I'm trying to just put out fires as they pop up around what I can reach, and I just rub my hand on the fire to put it out each time. But
Take
putting
1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
So you reach for it.
I
Can't
don't know
one
if
of
this is
you
going to help
do
much of
something?
anything, but sorry.
Can't one of you do something? Omric, it's suffering. They're suffering. Fix it.
Trying to find out what I can do. So I'm going to attempt to cast. I don't know if this will work or do anything, but I'm going to try to cast Shield of Faith. Shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range. In combat, like grants it a bonus to AC, but the idea here is I'm trying to smother the flame and keep Little Oak strong enough to endure.
Okay. This shield surrounds Little Oak, but it does nothing to quell the flames that are burning on it.
Dash, can we do anything with the earth to try to help put out the flame that way? You get Little Oak to roll around.
Unfortunately, I don't
I'm sorry, Alex, we're having trouble hearing you.
I don't have anything directly that I could do to help, but Dash would try to go up to where Hyundai is and using his extended astral arms try to help with trying to just add out and try to clear out any branches that are fully engulfed and just try to do anything to keep try to limit the spreading.
Reaching out and hitting it with your spectral arms, trying to put out the flames, you take 2 more points of fire damage.
I'll fly up and try to beat out the flames as well with like my cloak.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Right, using your cloak to try to put out the flames, you take 3 points of fire damage as it catches flame and burns your hands.
Echo is gonna cast Absorb Elements, which is a self spell, but I'm gonna try it on Little Oak.
Okay. Look at that one. Cool, please. All right. Take 2 points of fire damage as you absorb some of the flames from Little Oak.
Endai will just scream at the top of his lungs. Lamorna!
I'm sorry, what did you do, Indai?
He screams at the top of his lungs, Lamorna! Help us!
The
Please!
scream echoes through the clearing around you.
I'm gonna dig through my bag and grab the pixie whistle and blow it.
Okay. As soon as you blow it, these 3 little points of light appear rotating around your head, and they all kind of look down at you questioningly. Yes?
Help this tree. Help Little Oak.
Oh no! And they all kind of fly up to Little Oak, and you see little tiny streams of water emanating from these 3 points of light. And everywhere the water hits, you see kind of a plume of steam erupting from these points of water hitting Little Oak. Unfortunately, as they kind of sizzle against the oak, the tree kind of comes to stillness, and you can see a flame catch in the center of this tree and erupts out of the little nooks and knots and holes, and Little Oak kind of grinds to a stillness as embers continue to burn from within it. And the pixies continue to fly around, putting out as much of the fire as they can. And after just a few moments, the external flame is extinguished. I can never say that word right. Extinguished. But the bark of Little Oak has kind of lost its luster, and the trees of it form into cinder as they kind of all drift and settle around all of you.
In the hope that it's not too late, I'm going to try to use Cure Wounds to see if there's anything we can salvage to keep Little Oak alive. Maybe as this last piece of flame inside hopefully extinguishes itself, but I'm going to try that.
Okay. Roll your healing
I'm going to
dice.
cast Cure Wounds. And we'll able to at least send 9 hit points Little Oak's way.
9 hit points to Little Oak as a leaf kind of drifts on the wind in front of you, back and forth, before it lands in front of your face and disintegrates into ash before the pieces float to the ground in front of you. And there is dead silence in the grove for just a moment before you each hear kind of a soft sobbing behind you, and you all turn to see Will just on the ground holding his head and rocking back and forth. And slowly, one by one, the children are reappearing from the tree line, looking between each of you and Little Oak, and then making their way to Will before huddling around him. And there is the soft sound of tears and cries and sadness from these children.
I think that I just whatever is left of Little Oak. I mean, it's still a huge pile. I just sink down next to him and search for seeds.
Make an investigation check for me.
15.
15. It takes you a while of, and Little Oak still stands, kind of burning from within as the flames have gone out on the exterior, but you can still see kind of this hollow truck with flames flickering and licking the inside. And it's distracting because the physical form of this tree is still here, but it's like the spirit of it has gone. But after a few moments of digging through these kind of piles of ash and leaves, you do manage to find one little green acorn.
I just kind of hold it in my hand, in my like the bowl of my hands, and crying. I'm just all of my tears are falling from my nose down and touching and landing on the seed and soaking my hands. And I think I walk over to Will and the other kids and just hand it to him, saying nothing.
Will kind of holds out his hands and receives the little green acorn. And his hands kind of close over it as he looks up at you with tears kind of streaming down his face. He looks up at you and he goes, just go.
I just turn around and nod my head and turn around and start walking to the north.
Echo's gonna walk over. I want to pick up a stick, anything resembling a branch, and hug it.
You find one little twig, maybe 8 inches, with the only green leaf left on it. And as you're clutching it to yourself, it turns to a brown and then to a black before it fades to ash and falls off, leaving just a little stem behind.
I'm gonna wipe the ash from my hands and go to Juniper and give her a big hug.
She leans into you more than she has quite before and gives a bit of a snuffling sound. Paws at the ground a couple of times and then looks up at you for any sort of direction.
Hesitant to let go. Gonna turn with my hand still on Juniper's back and follow Indai.
Nox and Amrik and Dash.
I will be back in the morning, and I do have a way for the children to get home. Now it's not necessarily the time to go about that.
You feel a small hand nestle itself in yours. And you look down to see the form of Elyon. And he looks up at you and he goes, Mom, we can't leave now.
We can wait.
What are they gonna do?
I'm gonna kneel down to him and say, when those who experience loss, it takes a while to process it, but you never really get through it. But there's always a way out as long as you don't give into it. Right now, it's going to be hard, and gesturing at Will and what he's holding, there is still hope.
I know you'll take care of it, Mom.
Of course. And she'll pat his head gently and sit next to him, not intending to leave the children.
Amrik?
So I'm going to reach out to Rakarel and start and I hope that she'll join in doing the rite that we do for fallen members of our order, to acknowledge the incredible sacrifice that Little Oak has made and the suffering they endured so that they could protect others, which is very much the highest calling of our order.
Rakarel looks back at you and with a baleful glance back at Will and the children, and after a brief moment of hesitation, she turns and helps you conduct the rite of finality and acknowledgement and the respect of someone who has followed the path. And she helps you in your rites. And when you complete it, she turns to you and lays a hand on your shoulder. And she says, I don't know where your path leads. And I don't know where your path began. But I believe that I was brought here for this moment. I don't pretend to know what Ilmater wants. Or know what these children need. They're in pain. And if I can offer a single ounce of consolation and of assistance, then this is my place. And this is my calling. Help your friends. All right. Because they are your new order. I'll make sure that they get home. And I'll make sure that they are safe. And I will bring Little Oak into the arms of Ilmater.
You, my friend. You have always been there in my times of greatest need. You helped set me on this path, and while I will be sad to be parted from you once more, I know that there is no higher calling than what you are about to do to try to help with the restoration and the healing that these children need, that this land needs. So, again, thank you, and I wish you all the best in your efforts to do what you can here.
She reaches out and clasps the side of your face and leans down and plants a kiss on the top of your head. Stay the course, Amr. You are worthy. And you, yourself, are more than enough. Be strong and be brave. And be true to who you are. Take care of these fuck-ups because they obviously don't know what they're doing. And when you're done, come and find me. And I'll care for them. No matter the cost. It's like I cared for you.
At this point, Omric is no longer able to speak. His throat is so tight. So he just with his face shows that he understands as tears glisten in his eyes and start making their way down into his beard. He turns and somberly walks away to join his new order.
Rockarel turns and makes her way over to Will and his getaway gang of children. Kneels down and wraps her arms around each of them and begins to talk to them in a low voice. Knocks. Elyon reaches up to you and he goes, Mom, we have to help.
Fine. We're gonna help.
Can we
Honey.
take them home with us?
No. Well, I'm not
Come
saying no.
on.
I can get the ones with families home, Elyon. The rest can stay with us until we figure out what to do.
Yeah, really?
Oh, come on, let's go talk to Will.
Okay, Mom. This is gonna be great. You're gonna see it's gonna be great. They're all so fantastic. Let's go. Come on. And he like runs over to the little kids and in this kind of like somber moment, Elyon brings a much needed alleviation of the kind of sadness, and he moves amongst all of the children, and he kind of like raises them up to their feet, and he's like, it's okay, we're gonna get you home, and if we can't get you home, you're gonna come and stay with me and my mom and my dad, and it's gonna be great. It's okay, you guys. Like, I know this is really sad, and I'm sorry that you can't stay here, but you can come and stay with me and my mom, okay? And he is just kind of assisting with Rockerell, and you see this kind of connection between the two of them, between Rockerell and the kind of comfort that they're offering, and Elyon and his ability to kind of bring them up out of their sadness. And in this moment, as you kind of look over them, you can appreciate the values that you've instilled in your child of compassion and understanding and a need to alleviate this kind of sadness. And you can see this warm golden sort of glow that envelops him. And taking in the scene as he kind of raises the spirits of the rest of the children, you hear a small voice in your ear. It says, another piece of yourself with me. Was it worth it, my darling?
Looks at my son. It was.
So long as you understand our arrangement.
Of course. I live this way so he can live in ignorance.
We shall continue so. In the meantime, I have a task for you. Are you ready to fulfill it?
I am.
Take your son and the rest of these vagabonds and return home, child.
Well, everybody, let us go. Come. You as well, Will.
I'll make the way. And you see a path through the forest kind of illuminate in this golden sort of glow. And you know that that is your way home. Dash.
Dash is kind of broken in a different way in this moment.
Alex, I'm sorry. Can I get you
Soft-
to lean into your phone just a little bit? I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of issue hearing you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Dash is a little bit broken in this moment in a different way from what it seems like the rest of his friends are going through. Um, he's felt this impotence of not being able to assist with Little Oak. It just piled on top of the impotence he felt of not really being able to satiate himself in the fight with Granny Nightshade. Like there was victory, but he felt that he didn't have any real hand in it. And yes, all this rage that cycled through him in the last several hours just got no release. And now it's just sitting in his gut, just sour. All that adrenaline, everything involved is just turning gross. And he sits and he hears, um, Amrit's finality, with Rockwell, and what they did with the tree, and he just really doesn't understand his place now. So he just slowly goes over to the corpse of Granny Nightshade and just starts kicking around, seeing if he can find what they aim for. And just with a kind of slow determination and hoping that the idleness or the rote action of his hands going through making these searches will pacify his soul for the moment.
All right. You can make an investigation check for me with advantage.
I think Endai walks over with him as well and helps.
Okay. He already has advantage, so double advantage is not a thing.
Yeah, just part of the
16.
16. It really doesn't take you very long before you come upon a small clay doll with articulate limbs and a head that kind of bobbles as you look at it. And pulling it up, you feel yourself reunited with your item. And looking at it for just a moment, it seems the face almost kind of twists and turns into the face of your sister, who is looking up at you with eyes full of fear and dread before it settles back into this static face of this doll. You also find another small item on her. You're not quite sure of the significance, but you do find a couple of small items, one of which happens to be the doll that you have been so desperately searching for since the moment you arrived in this domain.
Dash just holds it in his hand and kind of just runs his fingers over it, kind of feeling the rough kind of texture to it from being made when he was just starting out on this journey. And feels a sense of, I guess, completion of having found what he was looking for. But there's no real accomplishment in it in the moment with everything else that has gone on. So he feels at peace, not having that nagging pull and that lack of uh, just knowledge of when is this ever going to be concluded. But it doesn't make him feel any better about the situation and what he's gone through in the last, you know, weeks that he's been here in the Feywild. I guess he would hold up the other, the other stuff that he found and just say, "Hey, does anybody want this stuff? We we earned it. We might as well take it with us."
Digging through the still form of Granny Nightshade and pushing aside the key, you find a small gray stone embedded in her back. And Almeric, as soon as Dash holds this stone up, you feel an undeniable and almost impossible to control pull towards this item.
So I will immediately head over and ask Dash. So that is mine. That's why that's what I've lost. It's what I've been looking for. May I please have it?
By all means, Albert, you earned it.
Sorry, I
Almeric,
missed that.
By all means, Albert, it's yours, and you've earned it. And
Thank you.
hope it brings you peace.
And Almeric, you finally feel a sense of peace wash over you as you're reunited with your lost item. Nox, you were standing in the midst of all of these children, your son with his small hand in yours, and looking at this illuminated path before you. What would you like to do?
Before she starts walking, I'm gonna turn to the Undeciders and say, "Well, this was a very interesting meeting. Excitement that I didn't realize I was going to have in tracking down my son, but I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. Maybe in the future we'll see each other again, hopefully in better circumstances, but I'm expecting you're going to get yourself into a lot of issues. But until that happens, enjoy until the next time we meet. Also, let Ree know that she has been amazing whenever she wakes up." And she's going to turn and start walking, kind of telling the children, "All right, let's go down the path, everyone."
All right. Turning with Elion's small hand in yours, and a small gaggle of children tailing along behind you with tears rolling down their soot-stained cheeks. You begin down the illuminated path, and the Undeciders, as you watch the form of Nox leading these children back to their homes, they begin to make their way down this path. And a few steps beyond the tree line, all of them fade from your vision. and
Including Will?
feeling, including Will, who gives you one last glance over his shoulder and a small little smile before he gives one last look at Little Oak. And his smile falls. But he turns and follows Nox down the path that has opened before them, disappearing into the gathering darkness on their way home for the first time in who knows how long. That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
No.
Oh, you guys.
I'm heartbroken.
Need them
over
for a
the
stack
tree.
of buckets.
The sending stone.
You guys, I love y'all so much. And I know this episode was kind of an emotional gut punch. It is. Thank you so much for putting up with my shenanigans as I try to emotionally rip you all apart.
Try.
Thank you so much to all of you, my lovely players. You guys are unbelievable, and this game wouldn't be nearly as fantastic without you. So thank you all so much for playing my game, and thank you to everybody who may be listening to this and continuing my streak. Hello, future me. Thanks for listening to this. So thank you so much. We love you all very much, and we will see you again in a couple of weeks. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.